We're live. We're live now. Let me see. Making sure. I think I'm making sure the live chat is going good. It's pulled up. It's pulled up. Let's go. I got it muted. What up, guys? This your boy No Filter. I'm with my brother, man. MU Midnight Universe. We're here to discuss the Black Panther. So if you haven't seen the movie, we're gonna go very deep in discussions, our thoughts, what we liked about the film, what we didn't like about the film. So what so who want to go? You want to go first, MU, or you want to let me go first?
You can go first.
All right. My thoughts on the movie, and this is my thing is going into this movie before I saw it, the hype was kind of ruining it for me. The whole pro-black bullshit, conscious Africa, this is white racism, white whatever. It's the race stuff turning me off. Now there was a lot of stuff in it, a lot of SJW moments that had me saying what the fuck of the whole film. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because the SJW moments were just too fucking cringy. Dialogue, it was kind of fucking wompy. Overall, I thoroughly liked the movie. It was not the best Marvel movie. I still think Winter Soldier tops it. I still think Winter Soldier's up there easily. Winter Soldier's the best. But Black Panther for a Phase 1 Marvel movie, it'd be passable as a Phase 1 Marvel movie, and that's my thoughts on it in the beginning of it. So, what's your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good movie. Yeah, it had its moments. It has its anti-white rhetoric every now and then. To me, it was the best Marvel movie in my opinion. And I would also give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. So I mean, but what would stop you from giving it? What stopped you from giving it a 10 out of 10?
The anti-white rhetoric, because they could have done without it.
That was my thing. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I think Chadwick Boseman, love him as an actor. I think that his performance as T'Challa differently. But my favorite movie, and the reason why I give it 9 out of 10, Killmonger, dog. Fucking Michael B. Jordan, phenomenal at all, man. Burn it all down, man. Burn it all. I'm like, man, you know what, man? I say, you know what, Marvels have had their villain problems, but I think that this made up for Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Cause this movie right here, man, Killmonger was savage the whole goddamn film, bro. Like you guys don't know, man. Look, I have been hard on Marvel movies, and I'm not just hard on Marvel. I'm just hard on comic book movies and villains in general because I feel like we got these great villains, but we can't get it done right. Besides the Dark Knight, which is Jared. I mean, not Jared, but Heath Ledger Joker was phenomenally, but Killmonger, he's up there villain wise. He's easily up there with Joker to me because his motivations make sense. And you understand where you're coming from. And to be honest with you, MU, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you felt the same way. I feel like I sympathize more with Killmonger than Black Panther.
I do too.
Yeah.
Again, the writing. He wasn't. We had to have a reason to hate him, right? Yeah. Because his reasons for being angry makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I was just asking, like, is he really a villain outside of him? Mistreating some of the
just like a piece of shit. Like
yeah. It's outside of that, his motivations make sense. He's basically wants Black people to take back the power, or rather take power away from those that oppress them, or what he believes as oppression. So, and he's willing to use, the technology to do it, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like, and it's the reason why I sympathize with Killmonger more than Black Panther. No disrespect to T'Challa, but like, I sympathize with Killmonger. I saw it from his perspective, like, especially when the original Black Panther, T'Challa father, stabbed his brother. And then he came in there and he saw how that is his father stayed there. I'm like, damn it, it's foul fucked up. Like, he didn't even fucking give him a proper bury. He just left him to step down there. I understood it 100% why he would do what he did. I fully understand it. And I feel like, but the way he approached it, like his whole, like, like when it was when he was in the garden, and he was like, it was like, but we can prepare for another king. It's like, burn it all I'm like, burn it all down. I was like, you know what? It's a fucking goddamn villain. A villain that ain't fucking around. And my favorite scene thoroughly has to be is when he grabbed that lady. He's like, look, I'm a goddamn king. You do what the fuck I tell you to do. I said, you know what, man? You know what? You want it from me, god damn it. And I gotta say to me, but I feel like the way his whole intent was just like, we're gonna arm these countries with this high technology resources. I feel like that's the terrible way to do it. But if you would just like, look, I'm gonna give these people arms or resources, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give these countries or these people or black people vibranium in a logical way to actually better the community. I can see it, but how he was doing, he was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm gonna burn this all down, y'all." It's selfish, and I was like, "Wow, man." But I gotta say, to me, I think that the reason why I love this movie was that damn villain, bro. Killmonger was goddamn savage the whole fucking film. Like like you watch typical Marvel movies. They have one savage moment in there. Like when he killed Claw, and that's a spoiler for you guys who haven't seen it, man. When he killed Claw, shot the dude in the airstrip, I was like, okay, this motherfucker ain't fucking around. And then Claw grabbed the chick. He was like, look, fuck this chick. That was a mid-time moment. I was like, you know what? Got that chick. I was like, bruh. I'm like, God damn it, man. This motherfucker savage, man. God damn.
When his idea of giving weapons to the weak, why do you say you don't understand that?
I understood it like the way he took it more of the revolutionary route. Like he just tried to start a war. Like I can see it like this is the reason why I say I sympathize with him, but the way the way he approached it, it was kind of like some radical shit, like y'all gonna start anarchy and shit like that. I'm like, dude, I can see if you just did it and you took Wakanda and you gave them resources like education wise, technology, like cure for cancer, cure for AIDS, or the books, and gave them same type of technology and resources to better the environment. Okay, cool. But just to give them guns to go start a war with white people, and that's the reason why I felt like his motivation made no goddamn sense. Like the scene when he took the throne, and he's being around the throne, boring people. It's like, it's like you guys for years have sought back. Y'all got all this high-end technology and resource, and y'all got the vibranium, y'all got it all together, and y'all selfishly with it. And I understood it, and this is the reason why I'm saying I saw it from T'Challa's standpoint from the beginning when he first was like, and when he found his father had killed Killmonger's father. He's like, this is selfish, narcissistically, whatever. I saw it from both ends, but I feel like Killmonger, how he approached it, it could have been done better. But I understood it because he fought CIA, fought wars, so that maybe that's how he does it. But I feel like it made sense, and that's why I'm saying I can't really call Killmonger a villain if you want to call him a villain. I just think it's kind of like when you watch a scene where there's a scene where I love in the Dark Knight. I can't reference like I think it was Joker, and he hung the guy with the bat suit. He was dressed up as Batman, and he was like, and then Bruce was asking Alfred was like, why, what's his motivation? He said some villains don't want motivation, some people just want the world to burn, and that's what it felt like with Killmonger. Killmonger, he had the good intent, like of trying to help and arm his people, but this whole hostile takeover thing, it felt like a hostage. It felt like a hostage. It felt like he had a whole bunch of hostages instead of him treating these people like royalty. Like, and the way he burnt and the reason why I say, but a reason why I kind of still enjoy Killmonger as a villain, because I felt like that whole moment when he said burn it all down, I was like, you know what, dog, I gotta give you fucking credit, man. That motherfucker was savage the whole goddamn film. And my favorite moment, I'm pretty sure you can bring it up too, when he fought T'Challa. He had took the Forrest Whitaker character took the Black Powers away. He stabbed that dude, threw him off the damn cliff. I said, God damn, this dude was savage as hell. What the hell? But I understood it why he was like that. Like it's not like he's just pissed off and just angry like that. I understood why. Like the original king, his T'Challa father left his fucking dad down there, and I'd be pissed the fuck off too. I'd probably be radical like that. But like if I was like Eric Killmonger, I'll approach it as, you know what, I'm king now. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give certain communities and certain people this type of resources and see what they do with it, and then you go from there. But he went full blown revolutionary with that shit. It was like, nah, give his country that, give him this, that, and I'm like, I can kind of understand it, and that's why I say, even though I sympathize with Killmonger more, I saw from Wakanda perspective too, because they had some technology, man, that was some high advanced shit, man, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually, outside of his mistreating the residents of Wakanda, I actually prefer what's his name? Killmonger's perspective, because that's how countries become into power. It's not through diplomacy. It's always through war. Yeah. And it's usually people who has the better technology, who's better prepared, so on and so forth. So he's right. If Wakanda was decided to go to war with the rest of the world, then no one could stop them. Yeah. I mean, maybe the Avengers, of course, but that's the Avengers. Yeah. But yeah. It's I guess it's kind of like the MLK versus the Malcolm X approach. You know, where T'Challa is more like the MLK. He wants to do it through diplomacy.
And that's what I'm saying. Notice about the movie, I took more for. Here's the thing for me, and people don't fucking trip on me. I prefer the Malcolm X approach when it comes to certain shit, because I feel like black people just need to get the hell out their own asses. That whole rather than unify and we need to do peaceful, like fuck that shit, man. Sometimes you gotta damn start a war, to actually get the freedom you want, even if that means a couple people got down the process. But like, I've always been a fan of more of the Nation of Islam. Even I'm a Buddhist guy, but like I understand from like being a Malcolm X type of guy, Nation of Islam, I can kind of see it from their perspective. I've always been a fan of that route, but that whole passive aggressive, we're gonna unify, hold hands, and kumbaya, and we shall overcome mentality. Fuck that shit. I always hated that mentality. Y'all found like that's a sucker move. But like, that's what I'm trying to say. I sympathize with Killmonger more, but I felt like the way he did it, just like a hostile takeover. He was like, look, fuck this shit. We're gonna arm everybody, and not realizing the fact that some people may use their resource for good, but a lot of people will use it for bad. Like, and the way he turned Wakandans against each other, I was like, God damn. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I agree with you. I think that Killmonger I saw from his perspective more. But I think the way he could have did it could have been a smarter way. But I agree, most countries dominate, just like they start a war, and then from there they gain power. So go ahead.
So if you're a Killmonger, how would you go about doing it?
How I would go about doing it? But I would send it like I would send certain cities like a limit, like a small amount of like vibranium, right? And I'll see what they do. Say if they build youth centers, they buy projects. They, the schools get better. The graduation rates get better. The youth get educated, and like a lot of people go to college or whatever. And you see it in the crime. Drug dealers on the corner. Crime rates at all-time low. People are educated. People are doing what they're supposed to be. But I always say, like, what's the good intent? And this reason why I say sometimes he was kind of a radical is that so he made it Killmonger say, for instance, he sent it to he said let's take Chicago, right? Let's take Chicago as a so prime example, right? Killmonger sends vibranium to the city of Chicago, right? They come with the best intent. Some people may have the best intent, use the vibranium and be like, you know what? Let's get the guns off the street. Let's stop the violence from being at all-time low, right? And then you're going to have some people who get a hold of vibranium and they be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Look, we got weapons now. We're going to go to war. We're going to, do this crazy shit. We're going to loot, rob, steal. And you got some people who will use that situation to sell dope, drugs. And it's always that you can have the best intent, but some people may take some people may say, you may have good intentions, but some people going to take your good intent and use it for their own intentions. So that's what I mean by, like, he had a point, but you can't sit. Not everybody's going to do good things with it. Some people just going to use that power and corrupt it. Like, what's the saying? Like, power. Power. What's I forgot the saying? Like, power corrupts. Power corrupts power. If you give a person enough power, it's kind of like, I know this is a dangerous thing to fucking talk about, because I want to mention. I'm not going to say the J word, right? It's like, let's take the Holocaust as a prime example, right? What if Hitler never kill the Jays, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what it felt like to me when it comes to Killmonger. Like, he just gonna get every city vibranium. Like, I can see 1 or 2 5 different cities that's actually gonna do something resourceful with it. What about the cities that use vibranium to just cause anarchy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would do it exactly like Killmonger would do it, outside of the attitude and the mistreatment, like I said.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because you remember the backstory where they were saying like the tribes, they all had their own share of vibranium, but they would kill each other and they was fighting and everything until one man he heard a voice, the Black Panther spirit or whatever, told him to drink it, and he got the power. He uses that power, not diplomacy, not peace talks, not a summit, not none of that, but he uses his power to bring all the tribes together. And it was power or the threat of violence that kept everyone in line. So is there a risk in giving guns, vibranium guns to unsavory folks? Absolutely. Always. But you're Black Panther. There's no one, because again, this is this is without assuming that Avengers are out of the picture, which they're not, but we're just talking in a vacuum here. And so like what was I forgot his name. I don't even think they even mentioned his name. I guess like his secondhand man. The boyfriend of his general. You know what I'm talking about? The guy in blue.
To my which one is was it Claw? Was it which one?
No, from Wakanda. The one that wanted Claw dead.
Oh, the guy from it was the
Christian. From Get Out.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So he was saying like, yeah, the world is changing. Wakanda is getting smaller, and the world is expanding, right? So eventually, somehow, some way, someone would eventually stumble upon Wakanda, which is true.
It is true. That is true.
It's just the law of large numbers. It'll happen eventually. What are you going to do when it happens? And basically, their position was, we should get out in front of this, and we're peaceful people. If we run the world, then we can control it. And we don't have to worry about it. But of course, something always goes wrong, right? When you're dealing with that many people. Right. We're supposed to believe that it doesn't corrupt T'Challa, and it didn't corrupt his father, right?
But I'm saying it was like with Killmonger, like his motivation makes sense. Like I'm not arguing against his motivation. Look, sometimes you gotta start a war. Sometimes you gotta start a war to get action. We're getting peace to the nations, right? So I understood it from a standpoint to me, because for me, I know I catch a lot of flack on this. Like I agree with anarchists, right? Like people's like, because I was talking to a friend about this, about Black Panther, and he was asking me, he saw Black Panther. And me and him was arguing back and forth, because he was like, man, we should take the peaceful route. We should just do this and that. And I was arguing with people. I was arguing him back and forth. I said, look, Killmonger had a point. He has a point. It's not like this dude is like, you know what? I just want to burn it all down. I want to do this and that. He had a solid point. I mean, I could deal without the whole anti-white rhetoric, the whole my people was on the slave ships and whatever. I could deal without that damn SJW moment. But overall, I think his motivation made sense for what it was. Like I always said before, I always love the Malcolm X approach, Black Panthers before they got corrupted, whatever. But like overall, like I believe that anarchist approach, like burning the shit down. I ain't talking about the shit the liberals do when they lose. They want to fucking get mad because they politician lost. I ain't related. It's because I'm related to politics, but it's a good example. Like they burn shit down because they lose. But if you losing every goddamn thing. And I was watching, Eric Killmonger from perspective, not just because, like, for me, when I watch stuff, I was watching it from a red pill lens too. Right. Like, I can see why he feels the way he feels. Why he was like, look, when he said burn the league, he's like burn that shit down, like burn the Panther. So they gave T'Challa and him and T'Challa the Panther powers. It made sense. He was like burn it all down. It was like. But like I'm like, no, burn it down. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Me watching it from a red pill lens, I saw it from that standpoint. But me, because I'm a Buddhist monk, and I do believe that the only way you be sent, like I take Buddhism into Buddhism. And I read this book. I was reading this book from the Dalai Lama. It was something deep about peace. He said sometimes anger is good. Anger is part of life and frustration. But sometimes when you're angry and frustrated, you may have the best intent. It's kind of like when I use MGTOW as a so prime example. I saw Killmonger as a MGTOW, right? Because like you saw the shit he did. He saw the chick. He killed T'Challa. He overthrown the throne. He's like, look, fuck this shit. We're gonna burn it down. He burned the leaves down. I'm like, okay, it made sense for what it was. But beyond that point is that what happens, and I have always talked about this all the time, like I talked about this all the time. When you get in power and you corrupt it, what happens if what if he had but what if he did have that mentality of we just gonna start a war and not think about the consequences later, right? And that's what I mean by saying that I understood his motivation, but sometimes you may have the best intent, but that best intent may lead to people dying on unnecessary cause. And I'm looking at it from a lens like like the discussion you had there on the altered carbon, right? You're talking about like the about the guys being on the concentration camp, but they had a video game thing and they had no reason to fight, right? So if ever Killmonger said, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna send to a couple of people, and that's what I'm trying to say. It would have made sense, but the way he did it, he just like, look, fuck this. We're going to this country getting it, that country getting it, and then what happens is they use your resources. They use that same resource to destroy other nations. Then that's when you got a problem on your hands. You be like, damn, we cause it because you're part of the main problem.
It's a risk, absolutely. But I find that people, history tells us that people that are in power, that have power over another country, they don't really concern themselves with the consequences, at least not the long term ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's kind of like I'm using this as a great analogy to explain it. It's like, well, just imagine what kind of a Sweden, right? A Sweden is an all feminist country, right? Sweden is an all feminist government, right? It's like, let's look at the West. So let's take the West as a sole prime example to explain this whole Killmonger situation, right? Let's take the West, right, with the Me Too thing, right? Women are women are what is it? Women are for women left and right are basically saying, you know what, men are this and that, men this and that, but they don't necessarily what they don't realize they may bring light to sexual assault, sexual harassment when all they're really doing is they causing a divide between men and women. And like you said on your stream, you said when men decide to walk away from society, that's when society gets the point. I was reading an article recently, and I related to Black. So how does related to this? Black Panther is third world country people. Just don't explain this now to you, right? Like, so they were talking about the birth. I think the birth. They said the birth rate is. I forgot the percentage of it. They said birth rate in America is at an all time low. The marriage rate is at an all time low, and a lot of people are writing articles saying that Me Too is basically driving the wedge between men and women. And just like I said before, just like Eric Killmonger, and I'm gonna use this analogy with Killmonger motivation to what feminist motivation is, right? Women in the West, they basically want to basically make everything toxic masculinity. They say all men are rapists, right? But what happens when you do that? Some men, like you said before, some guys can get married in a system, no matter what the system is, right? So some guys will do it. They'll do it, and knowing the risk, they'll still do it. But like me, you, and other midtowns or people who took the red pill, we say fuck your system and fuck your rules. We're not playing that shit, and we just walk away, right? But the men that walk away, they that we're gonna that the system needs us because yes you got those other men that you got the blue pill guys that get married, and this is why I'm using this analogy with Black Panther is that's what it's basically feeling like. It's basically Killmonger was like these Me Too women out here who started this witch hunt. They trying to bring light to sexual assault, sexual harassment. Well, that's what they claim, but really it's a clear witch hunt. They doing it, and they don't necessarily doing it. They ruin it. They ruin it for everybody, right? They not just ruin it for the women. They ruin it for the guys. And guess what fucking happened? Now the birth rate in America and the marriage rate is at an all-time low because of this Me Too shit. When you can't even say hello to a chick because of sexual harassment, right? So that's what I mean by Killmonger motivation. It felt like he started off with the best intent, and then you give power. It's like when you give a female all the power and you get using something and you don't give you no right to defend yourself. You just automatically give to by accusation alone, right? So my thing is, what's the point? What's stopping a city or a country if Killmonger give the city of Chicago vibranium and they just say fuck this shit, I'm going to use the resources for the wrong reasons. You are basically the main reason of why this city became a goddamn military damn country and people dying left and right, and innocent people dying in the street. And guess what happened? So you got a gang war something going on. So I'm saying is that power corrupts power, and I understand it. To me, I have always said before, I have always been a fan of anarchists, not understand their motivations. I understand why they want to burn it down, but sometimes you got to think about the long terms. You got to think about the long term effects of going to war and give it everybody else, right? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that. Oh, God.
Oh, let me. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say that. Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
All right, so I was just gonna say that. Uh, what was I saying? Like, even if, like, say a city like LA, you give them vibranium weapons, and they decide to tear it all down, or whatever. I think part of Killmonger's intent was for Mortify really wants a link. Um,
Hope it works.
Part of his did you take out the auth equals auth one, or and auth user equals one? You just take out that part. The link stops where en equals en. But part of his motivation may be, just for them, maybe to act crazy, just to overthrow it. Either way, he's Black Panther. No one as strong as him. So if he needs to everyone to wrangle it in, for all black people around the world to wrangle it in, he could do that because he's Black Panther and he's more powerful.
He said, continue point. He says, I'm trying to do the Hangout League. So it starts at en. It starts at
it stops at en equals en.
En. Okay, I see EUYE. That's all I see.
Hold on, let me see. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat here.
Yeah, let me yeah, but continue your point.
But yeah, I think get the and. Oh God, I didn't want the and in there. I think even if they needed, let's say Killmonger needed to, everyone to unite, he could, because he's Black Panther. I mean, it's happened before, but yeah, I mean, war. There's risk in war, but his point is that the world is unfair to Black people and so on and so forth. And the only reason why Black people haven't overthrown the government, or rather in this instance, white people, is because they don't have the tools to do so. And Wakanda has those tools, and Wakanda should be sharing those tools with their own people. Now, to that second part of that message, I would agree with that. If everyone is from Africa, and they are, including white people, as far as I know, and if you want to help your successors, then sure. Now, I don't know about the anti-white rhetoric. I don't agree with, but the premise is spot on.
Yeah. So, but overall, but like I'm saying, is like one thing.
Now you're just confirming everything I was just cautious about, and every reason why I certainly will not be paying any money to be fed a bunch of tribal, race-based bullshit and propaganda, so that I can be told that a person, based upon the premise of their skin color and some revisionist history, not history told in its full entirety, but, oh, I digress, because of this, I should dislike people. So if there's a hard-working person who earns every penny they get, I have to hate them because their complexion is lighter than mine. They could be just a tint lighter. Nope, gotta hate them because they are on the lighter side. And it's all about that propaganda. Now, regarding the premise of power, there's a saying, and that the saying basically goes like this. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So good intentions, bad intentions, it really does not matter. What really matters is the end result of what becomes of your actions. Great people can produce horrible things. Horrible people can produce great things. And we can see this from observable reality.
True. I mean, but like what I'm saying is, from that movie, like if you watch Black Panther, see, I watch it from a red pill lens. I'm seeing it from the T'Challa side, where he's struggling to be a king and stuff like that. And I'm seeing it from Killmonger's side. And the reason why I kind of like Killmonger as a villain, because like he had the best, I have said it so many times, he had the best intentions. It's just the fact that I'm a firm believer of not everybody. It's like the conversation where it's like everybody has a conversation. I'm using this great analogy. It's like everybody wants to be rich, right? everybody, when I remember, I never forget this analogy. It's like when the Powerball was at 1.5 billion, right? Everybody's going in savings, they doing anything, they want to be that 1%, that one person that made it and say, you know what, I won the lottery for 1.5 billion, right? So it's like, and you hit what 4 years later down the road, they broke, right? And I'm a firm believer that everybody's not meant to be rich. And the thing is like, and I agree with you, and what you said. It's like the reason why I can't give this. I could not give this movie an out of 10. I could because I could have did without that white rhetoric, that whole anti-white thing. Oh, my people are oppressed. Black folks are oppressed. And even though I feel like I don't agree with that it's a talking point because I think opportunities to those people that comes with it. And I understand being a black male is kind of hard in this country. But me being a mid-child and me being a person that's, I relate to all men. I relate to all men's issues. How I solve it is like this. I'm like, man, look, your motivation makes sense, but the way you're approaching this shit is 100% different. I agree 100%. Every country that have reigning power, you can even go to the you can even go to a certain point. I'm not gonna bring the situation up, but like every country that have went to war, yes, every country that have became in power that have went to war. It happens all the time. But like you said, a mortifies, whether it's not good intention, bad intention, it doesn't necessarily matter. Is that once you get in power, what's going to be next? And guess what happens? Somebody can overthrow you. So it's the same thing when I'm talking about with this whole, which is why I think Killmonger plan, it could have worked. It would have worked. But say for instance, Killmonger did have the best team. He said, you know what? I have all this stuff to me. And another person overthrows Killmonger and say, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going full blown radical and start a nuclear war going on. What? And you send all your resources out to all these countries now, and guess what happened? Nuclear war starts because you decide to, all because you want to be radical and you want to be on this whole revolutionary shit, not necessarily thinking about the long-term effects that millions of people done died because you want to start a war, and another king came over there and overthrew you. And that's what I mean by watching the Black Panther to me, is that it was not necessarily just about the anti-race will turn me off. It's just that this movie left a lot of questions, not just about is I look past this. I just look past this being a superhero movie and looked at it from a real life aspect, saying, "Wow, man, this is some deep shit. If you really think about it, damn."
It is.
Huh? I mean, if you watch Black Panther and Mortify, I agree 100% what you said. I understand, people, like I said before, I thoroughly enjoy Black Panther. I thoroughly enjoy. It's easily up there top 5. I could deal without the SJ Mummy moments, but I love the movie. I give it 9 out of 10. But the SJW moments, I could do that with the anti-white rhetoric. But if you watch it from a red pill lens, you will see it you will see it way different from me. And you saw it because I saw this movie. I saw it as a struggle.
Speaking of red pill lens, not only does that film certainly, objectively, without a shadow of a doubt, employ propaganda, but it also employs manipulation by taking advantage and exploiting the common blue pill person's, using red pill terminologies, psychology and biology by appealing to their base primitive instincts of sex, of defending, of desire, of looking at things as you being a member of this tribe and we have to look out for each other. This group dynamic, it appeals to the base nature of blue pill people. It is a psychologically manipulating and propagandizing film. I will not even touch this shit. I'm not going to even pirate this shit. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Yeah, and I think definitely, but and for me, because like me, when I was watching it from a red pill lens, I saw T'Challa being blue pill, and I saw Killmonger being red pill, and that's why I say I sympathize with Killmonger more because I'm like, this dude was like, it's kind of like Midtown saying, "Fuck the system, we're just gonna let this shit burn and just walk the fuck away from it." With T'Challa, is like he's trying to save the world. Then he had his little girlfriend. So he has a little girlfriend. He saved in a little jungle part, whatever. It's a spoiler, guys. If you know, this is like the beginning of the movie. And then you got, the father. The sins of the father become the sins of the son, and it's like that going into it. But I often say this about Black Panther. And this is one thing I I feel like one of my things, my huge knockers against this film, and I thoroughly said this, I think beautifully, this movie was done right. Visually, it was stunning. I got to give the CG credit, even though there's some scenes that were kind of wonky. I say the CG was real good. But to me, I feel like that. Like to me, I'm pretty sure Emmy, you saw Civil War. I prefer the suit in Civil War than the suit in this one because this suit in this one was kind of terrible, man. I didn't like it.
What, the Black Panther suit?
Yeah, the new one, with the whole purple with the we had the mask with the massive CG on rather than put the mask on. Like
I like the old one. I like how the old one looks, but I like how the new one works though.
yeah, the new one, the way the new one worked was kind of dope. I give it that. How it worked, it was dope. But as far as look wise, I feel like he looked more badass when he was in his original suit. Because I feel like that suit to me was more practical because he was able to move around. But like that's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by like technologically advanced. Now, like I know MU and Mortify. You guys are like the tech guys. You guys are more of a computer guys. So, what you thought about the technology? Do you think the technology aspect of Wakanda MU was it portrayed right? Did you kind of enjoy it? Because do you read comic books?
I have not read I have not read the Black Panther comics, but I do love the technological aspect of it. Here's my question though: if T'Challa is only concerned about Wakanda and the well-being of Wakanda, as he has said plenty of times himself, why is he running outside of Wakanda doing things as Black Panther?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Like this movie kind of, even though I thoroughly love the movie, that's my huge question behind it. Like the whole point when he was talking, I don't know, I just gonna say Chris from Get Out, but Chris from Get Out, when the dude was like, he was like, promised to kill Claw. My thing is like he's the king. Why, I understand Claw stole some vibranium, but like I want to shoot on something. I want to shoot another question. This is the question I was asking. Do you think Claw? Did you hate the fact that Claw was killed? That he was wasted?
No, because I didn't really care about his character, anyways. To be honest, my thing was like the reason why Wakanda has all this vibranium is by a freak accident.
Yeah.
Right. Why do they think that they own it to the point to where Black Panther? And I guess this answers my previous question. Why does Black Panther think that he can run all over the world or wherever he needs to go to take it back?
Yeah.
I know why he does it is because he doesn't want anyone else to have access to this technology to use it against them, but it's not exclusively theirs. They just happen to be on the same place where that comet hit the Earth.
But if you really think about it, if that was the case, then he would have took Captain America's shield in Civil War because it was made out of vibranium. I'm like,
how did they get that vibranium to make that shield? I forgot that backstory.
Yeah, like that. I forgot how they did it too. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like my thing is like because look at Shield before Shield got corrupted in the Winter Soldier. If you look at it, my thing is they got a vibranium shield in the first Captain America thing. And my thing is okay, Wakanda is this third world, highly technically advanced country. So before they even would cross the line, they would probably be hunted for that hunted. So you mean tell me they hunted they Black Panther wanted to hunt down Claw, and Chris from Get Out wanted T'Challa to kill Claw because he stole the vibranium from Wakanda, right? But when it comes to Shield, you didn't see Black Panther say, you know what, I'm going to destroy Shield too because Shield's destroyed by now, but like Shield or it's underground in Agents of Shield, but like Shield stole vibranium. But he's not mad about it, but because it's Claw. And that's the thing about this movie that kind of turned me off when it comes to anti-right rhetoric. It's like, oh, Claw stole this vibranium. But my thing is, like you said before, it was a comet that just happened to hit in the continent of Africa. So it's like my thing is like, why do you think you own this again? You just got luck. It was you just won the lottery with this valuable resource,
right?
That just empower the country through technology.
Right. I think maybe they have some sort of moral superiority. They think that, if they have it, then nothing bad will happen. But as you saw, that there was a vulnerability in their own rules of tradition to where anyone that has a bloodline could challenge for the throne, and you had an outsider come in and became a king, even though he didn't have, even though he was filled with hate and revenge, and well, it wasn't overthrown because he didn't do it wrong. He did it the right way. People just didn't like it.
Yeah,
he followed the rules. He won outright, and he was the king.
Well, I know one thing. By the end of next week, this movie will be on the top 10 list of every pro-black in America.
Yeah, it is true though. That is true. I mean, I love the movie, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was the masterpiece of a film. I think Winter Soldier is the best movie. My personal
greatest movie ever watched. Young black children should see this movie for generations and eons now. This is a real conscious and woke movie.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, like in your answer question too, like do you think this like besides the SJW moments, what was your favorite moment in this movie? Like out of everything, out of all your favorite moments.
I love the story. I love Kilgore's
Killmonger. You mean Killmonger's story?
Why do I keep saying Kilgore? Kilgore's from Killer Instinct. Never mind. Killmonger. I love his story. Of course, like we was talking about with Jiren, they have to make him arrogant. They have to give people a reason to hate him. But yeah, I think we need more villains like him. They don't fuck around.
Did you know? Did you know like Killmonger was red pill as fuck though? Like when Claw grabbed the chick, she was like, you know, it's your side piece. He shot her and Claw. I was like, bruh, this motherfucker red pill as fuck. God.
Oh yeah. I don't know if his vision or what he wanted for black. Hold on, wait a minute. One second. Mortify. I don't know if his vision for what he wanted for black people around the world was red pill. But certainly how his behavior was in terms of getting what he wanted was most certainly red pill, though. I would say that. Go ahead, Mortify.
Here's the thing. Usually with most comic book movies, the villain is red pill to an extent. You could go all the way back to, say, I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2014 when the first Avengers movie came out. Loki was spitting some real red pill knowledge about people loving the chains that they're attached to and being mental slaves to society. The villain usually is red pill in these comic book movies. They usually are.
Right.
But it's like if you really think about, I even what was the villain? What was the other villain? What was the other villain name? I forgot the villain. Joker in the Dark Knight. He was red pill as fuck too, because he was like, look, fuck this money. My favorite moment was like, I know it's not part of the review, but like in the Dark Knight when the guy with the mob boss, it was the burning of the money. He burnt the money. I'm like, that's some red pill shit right there, bro. He said, fuck your money. I'm gonna burn this shit. I said, God damn, Joker, you savage as hell, man. God damn. Like the whole idea, he gave them the remote. He says, look, one of you gonna have to go, man. God, he gave the prisoners a remote, and he gave the people. He's like, look, and the people was like, man, fuck them prisoners, man. They had the second chance of life. It was like, nah, man, we can't keep doing this shit, man. God damn. So what I mean is, I feel like I agree with you. I think that his lens, how he had his way, was red pill, but he eventually became blue pill to a point where it's like, you know what, man? You know, I'm going to give my people all these guns, and we're going to do this. We're going to overthrow the government and revolution. I'm like, man, you need to calm the fuck down, revolutionary shit, bro. Like, you being a little radical with this shit going into it, man.
Do you think that was the intent of the writers? I think so.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, I love Ryan Coogler as a director, but I think he's an SJW too. But I think that, like, you can kind of tell that you can kind of tell somebody through some script, though, you know. Go ahead.
What are you saying, Mortify?
I said the vast majority of those writers are that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually, and you see this in all other shows, all other movies. Right now, I'm catching up on Supernatural. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen some ideological bullshit come up in the first fucking season, I see an episode, and I'm not joking, in Supernatural, where there there are these hellhounds that are killing nothing but, and get this, black men. And
What?
it's an episode where only black people are victims and black people are getting killed. And it's all about racism. We
Yeah.
need to talk about these racist hellhounds just killing black people. And then there's jazz music playing,
And
and you
that's
have
one thing.
ideological.
I feel like one thing I said I'll talk as much as I hate Wonder Woman, because as much as I find that movie highly overrated, but I think it's good, but it's passable for 70. I think Wonder Woman actually held the politics a lot better than Black Panther did, because Black Panther doubled down on it. Like I felt like, and that's why I say this Black Panther's like Wonder Woman 2.0, because what turned me off with this movie, I'm a guy that read the comic books. I buy the comic books and everything, and even I tell you up front, I was so frustrated with the way people treat this film, and I'll get you mortified. Like, look, I'm a dude that read the comic books, and even and you would tell you this movie ain't the best Marvel movie, but it's easily up there. It's like top 5. But like, it's like, to me, I still think, and I said this all the damn time, Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie to date, because I felt like Winter Soldier was actually a good political thriller, and it drew you in, and it doubled down on it. Like, you had a black lead in there, but he didn't feel like a token black guy. Like, oh, we got a black lead. He just happened to be cool, be friends with Cap. Like, and that's what I mean by the Winter Soldier did it a lot better. I feel like, to me, a huge gimmick to me, and I said this when the cast is all announced, like, oh, this is an all black cast. And like, in your honest question, do you feel like a lot of actors were wasted in this movie?
That's me.
Yeah, yeah. Do you will like?
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
Like, do you feel like the all black cast was the gimmick to draw people in, and then a lot of people didn't get?
Of course. Oh, that's obvious. Oh, that's obvious. The name of the title, Black Panther. I mean, come on. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because when I went to the movies in Orlando, there was nobody that wasn't black that was in that theater.
Yeah, but there is a reason that they can get away with it. And the reason they can cite for getting away with it is for, get this, accuracy, whether it be historical or it being fictional or hypothetical accuracy, seeing as how the continent of Africa, which we could say Wakanda, whatever you call that country, would be a part of the continent of Africa, and it being predominantly black people. They could get away with it, but it being an all black cast, they're not even being a white person, just being a tourist, yeah. There's a bit suspicious about that.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's like, I feel like I have always said before about Black Panther, I love the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie for what it was, 9 out of 10. But this movie for me, just like, it was, I feel like that last ending, that battle between Killmonger and Black Panther and T'Challa, it was overwhelming, man. It was too much CG going on, man. You could tell that shit was CG. Like, that CG took me out the scene, took me out the whole film. I'm like, so you mean tell me you shot this movie on a whole green screen? You mean tell me you couldn't shoot this in Africa somewhere like that? I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe that was something that was a huge knockdown for me though.
It was really dark too.
Yeah.
It's a little too dark for CG, but go ahead, Mordecai.
I'll say this. If you thought the CG in that movie was bad, check out Ghostbusters 2016.
Hell no. Nah.
You mean Ballbusters 2016?
I still ain't seen that shit.
Don't get me started on the Ballbuster shit, bro. They actually
that was so bad I couldn't even tolerate it. I said,
what was that shit? They was talking about, I think Sony talking about doing a sequel to it with all the male with male Ghostbusters and female Ghostbusters teaming up. I'm like,
a commercial flop in America. If it weren't for sales months after globally, that movie would stay a flop. It failed in America. Don't make a sequel. That movie flopped.
But they
It
talking about
was
doing, they talking about teaming up the old Ghostbusters with the new female all female Ghostbusters. Like, stop already, man. That shit was terrible. That shit was trash, man. That shit pissed me off, man. I watched that movie like 5 minutes into that shit. I was like, I can't stomach this shit, bro. I just walked the fuck out. I couldn't stomach that shit. That shit was terrible. But like, I said this about Black Panther, and I want people to really understand about this review, man. Look, Black Panther, how people fucking praise it, talking about revolutionary. It ain't revolutionary. It's your typical Marvel movie. You're gonna leave, enjoy it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna like it. Some people gonna hate it. To me, I could do without the race politics of it. But overall, my thoughts on the movie were just like, I thoroughly enjoyed it for what it was. It was a Marvel movie. I'm ready for Infinity War. I'm glad I got it out the way. I'm ready for Infinity War. Now that's the movie I'm excited for because I want to see Thanos fuck shit up, man. I want to see Thanos fuck shit up.
Oh yeah. Isn't there supposed to be another Thor movie coming out?
That was last year, Ragnarok. And don't get me started on Ragnarok. That shit was just fucking a comedy. That movie pissed me off, bro. Thoroughly pissed me off.
Talking about another one. Because I remember seeing Thor show up somewhere for yet another movie. This time with the eye patch on.
That was Infinity War. It comes out in May 4th, in May, and in Infinity War. That come out.
He lost his eye in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But as far as the next one is in Infinity War, yeah.
Like, what would you rate Black Panther? And as far as your Marvel movies, what would you rank it? What would you rank it?
1. Seriously, 1.
Huh? 1?
1, yeah. I love the story. I mean, yeah, the anti-white rhetoric, but yeah. I love the villain. I love his vision. CG at the fighting scene, yes, this was very dark. Anti-white rhetoric. I really wish that they could have done without that. They did it without the N-word, but this is Disney, so of course they're going to do that.
Can't get a chance. White man keeping it down.
Now, as far as my all-time superhero movies, it's Dark Knight Returns. That's the one with the Joker in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That
it's a Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Okay, and then was Man of Steel, right? The new Superman.
Man of Steel garbage.
That one.
I
love Man of Steel. I love that Superman. But yeah, it'll be that and then Black.
It will put a person to sleep. That movie is too slow.
Well, if I had to give my ranks for like Black Panther, I say it's top 5. Like, I think Iron Man. I think to me, Winter Soldier's number 1, Iron Man number 2. I would put Civil War number 3, Avengers at number 4, and Black Panther number 5.
Okay.
I've been generous with that. I mean, I think Black Panther's top 5, which is still good. It's still good in my eyes, but I think definitely that it did what it's supposed to do. I can deal without the anti-white rhetoric, but overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I probably could watch it again, but not now. I'll probably watch it 2 weeks down the road or something like that. Wait till it come out. But I thoroughly enjoyed Black Panther. I didn't hate it. I feel like he's better than Thor Ragnarok because Thor Ragnarok was a fucking comedy show, and that shit pissed me the fuck off, man. Like I felt like visually, I felt like, huh?
But I did enjoy it.
What, you saw Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
But hey, you know what movie really was bad?
What?
You can't complain about Ragnarok when you take a look at DC's garbage league. Yeah.
Justice League. Oh my God, man, that shit was terrible.
Garbage.
Look. I say this. I love that movie. Conflicted. Like, there was some moments in that movie. I got
hyped and I paid money to see that bullshit day one.
Like, I love that movie though. Like, I thoroughly love Justice League. I thoroughly love Justice League Conflicted. Like, did I like this movie or did I hate it? What the fuck did I just see? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it was. And like the thing is, like for me, it's like I felt like after they talk about this movie, you can kind of tell the reshoots really affected this damn movie. My thing is like I have always said this with leaving Justice League, because I was wanting to do a review on it. And I say, you know what, we can probably do like a review on like the best superhero movies of all time, like the best to the bad to worst, whatever. But like best to worst. And it's like I feel like I said this about Justice League when I watched that movie. When I started to watch that movie, I was like, look, dude, I left that theater conflicted. Like, did I like this movie? Did I hate it? That I felt conflicted. Like, what the fuck did I just see? Because I saw a lot of movies. I saw a lot of scenes in that movie that made sense. Like I thought, like when Superman came out to life, I was like, okay, he was all fun and hopeful and bright. I was like, okay, this is Superman I always wanted. And then I forgot it's Justice League. And then what's the Stephen Wolf? That fucking villain, bro. That shit was terrible. I'm like, you mean tell me you couldn't get Darkseid? What the fuck? I understand Darkseid is big bad. God damn. Huh?
Really cookie cutter filler villain.
Dude.
That's Steppenwolf.
That villain was terrible. Like that
shit was
yeah, I agree with you more than 5 man. Stephen was a fucking terrible fucking villain. I'm like, yo, you could give us Darkseid, man. I rather you give us Darkseid than anything. I know it would have been CG and shit like that, but still, give me Darkseid or something like that, because Justice League was abomination of a film. Like I just
League.
Yeah,
all like, that talent. You have Cyborg, you have Superman, you have Batman, you have Wonder Woman, you have all this talent, and you blow it. You even have Aquaman, and you still blow all this talent.
And you we'll have to probably end the discussion on it. Like, are you really tired of superhero movies, man?
Am I what?
Are you tired of superhero movies? Are you just after Infinity War Part 1 and 2, Black Panther? Because I said this after watching Black Panther. Even though I thoroughly love the movie, I'm ready for this genre to end. Just the reboot, wait 2 years to cough, and then you come back with a fresh new start. Because I said this with after Black Panther ended, I said, look, Black Panther, Infinity War, Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. After this stuff, and I said this after Iron Man is killed, because I saw because Chris Evans says he ain't doing it no more, and Robert Downey Jr. won't play Iron Man no more. If they kill off Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, I'm done with the MCU, bro. I don't want to watch these movies no more, man.
I love the movies. I love
the movies. I love the movies, but I'm tired. Like I feel like they're dragging shit out. Like we're dragging it out too much to a point where like I thoroughly enjoy. I love Black Panther. I don't hate the movie. I loved it, and I love excited, but it just don't drag it out too much, you know.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for sci-fi, so I mean, of course, I'll still want them. And yeah, they are making a lot of them.
Yeah, I still, and I said this shit when the Last Jedi came. I said, look, I say this Black Panther is way better than the fucking Last Jedi. I fucking hate that fucking piece of shit. That shit should never been made. That shit thoroughly pissed me the fuck off. Look, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I love Luke Skywalker. And how they cucked that dude and how they fucked him over, how they really fucked him over, I was like, yeah, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie up his ass. I'm glad China fucking got rid of that shit. First week, one weekend, dumped that piece of shit and said, get the shit out of my theater, man. I said, finally, fuck that movie, man. I can't stand that movie. It shit pissed me off watching that piece of shit, man.
I have a good topic that you can have for yet another discussion. And the topic is this. Why are Marvel movies consistently good, but why are DC movies consistently bad?
That's a good discussion, though.
DC movie after DC movie, garbage league, terrible. The only good DC movie I can remember in recent memory has to be Wonder Woman. That shit.
Well, here's the thing about Wonder Woman. People don't like it. I'm gonna say this though.
Empowerment flick in order for it to be good. Batman garbage.
Yes, I'm gonna say this about Wonder Woman because I know people praise that. People. I'm gonna say this about Wonder Woman. People praise Wonder Woman as supposed to be this greatest flick ever. I'm like, it was only good because the rest of the movie's been trash. Man of Steel was divisive. Batman vs Superman was fucking hot garbage. Suicide Squad. Because that shit was like that was like watching career suicide. Watching who directed that piece of shit. And then you got just Bum League, and it's like, wow, man. But it's like I have always said this, and to me, about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a good movie. It's a 70 at best. It ain't no 93. I feel like that third act with that CG shit was that shit was hard to fucking watch. Like they could have ended it. They could have cut it at that scene in the small village and ended it right there. That easily could movie could have been a 9.5 out of 10. And I left that theater like 7 out of 10. Yep, this movie is not the greatest thing. Stop telling them how great it is because that shit was highly overrated, man.
And also, I will consistently say this. I don't care what any of you what anybody says. Batman died when the Dark Knight trilogy died. This new Batman, this Ben Affleck, he sucks. Batman doesn't even look like a skilled home martial artist. He looks like a drunken dad throwing slugs, throwing basic punches like he's brawling out inside a bar after downing down too many beers. Now he's slugging it out. That dead body belly. He's not even looking skilled. He's looking sloppy. And he gets his ass whooped by every other character. He got his ass whooped by Wonder Woman. He got his ass whooped by those jackals underneath Steppenwolf's command. He almost got killed by one of those jackals or goblins, whatever you call it. This dude continually gets whooped. He is garbage. This new Batman sucks. And on top of that, he's a fucking idiot. He's not even a detective. You could drop a book on it.
I say just about Ben Affleck Batman. The only thing I think Michael Keaton is the best Batman in my personal opinion. I just grew up on that Batman. I love Michael Keaton Batman because I feel like that's my Batman I grew up with as a kid. But like I feel like when it comes to look wise, he got the costume down pat. But like I did love that warehouse fight scene in Batman vs Superman, even though I hated that piece of shit. Like that fight scene when he was stabbing motherfuckers, I was like, hell yeah. Finally, a Batman don't get too flying fucks about life and just start doing shit, man. Go ahead. Yeah, but it's like what else can we say about Black Panther before we end this thing? So like any thoughts, anything else? MU thoughts on Black Panther before we end it?
So obviously they're gonna make a second one. Well, nothing's been confirmed, but they're going to make a second one, I'm assuming.
What are they going to do with it? Like look, Killmonger was an amazing villain. You killed Claw. Where the fuck you going to go? I mean,
somebody knew. Who knows? Somebody knew.
They should kill. Look, I said this, and this shit that pisses me off when they killed off Killmonger, bro. They pissed me off with that shit. It pisses me off with that shit. What up, Stan Free?
I'm not here.
Oh no.
You can't see me. Nobody can see me. Carry on.
What's up, Green Pill Gamer? What's up? What's happening?
Again, I keep trying to tell you, I'm not him. What the fuck?
What's up, Milk Apple 777?
What? Now I know you are out of your goddamn mind. That is not me. My thing is, you talk to a dude who literally wouldn't make a sock account, even though it would have benefited him, came on with his real account and got booted from so many fucking places. You think that I sat back and was like, I'm gonna make a sock account. It's gonna be great. Watch what I do. Yeah, that's gonna really work out for me. All it takes is somebody mention my name like, motherfucker, what the fuck? All right, so what's been going on? Of course, Mortified tried to bait the shit out of me. I heard you earlier. I've been flipping back and forth between the different streams, and I heard Mortified talking about Supernatural. And that episode doesn't fucking exist.
What?
Yeah, it does. Season one.
Season one. Who the fuck remembers season one?
I remember what I saw. I've been watching all the seasons leading up, and I'm just now catching up to the newer shit. And I remember, and I do recall, an episode in season one where it's just coincidentally black people getting killed by these hounds because it's just coincidentally black people making these deals to sell their souls. And it's just coincidentally black.
You don't see what they're doing now? Coincidentally, all these strong women are banding together and saving these dudes who are better than them apparently, but somehow magically incompetent. You don't see the narratives going into all these TV shows? They do this shit all the time. I'll be honest, it's fucking ridiculous. It's annoying as shit. My thing is, they won't stop. They're not going to stop.
No filter. What do you think about the general?
Which one? Which general? Talking about the
Black Panther.
You talking about Chris from Get Out?
No, the female.
I could do without that bullshit, man. That shit pissed me off too, bro. Like that shit, like that.
Historically, how many female generals have there actually ever fucking been?
I have no idea.
Like, dude, after I tell you up front, like the reason I'm so fucking tired of fucking female generals. I was watching what is it? I watched like the latest seasons of Game of Thrones, and that shit just fucking terrible to fucking watch. Like female generals everywhere. I'm like, why is it even a fucking thing, man?
You don't get it. You don't get it. It's symbolism for women being in a position of authority.
But they fuck up
the soldier. They're the authority over the soldier.
Yep.
I don't know. They fuck up everything trying to get in order. Every time they get in position, though.
Okay, so what the fuck? So they couldn't. They had to use a movie. 10 historical female military leaders. 300 rise of an empire. You motherfuckers. You serious?
I'll be back.
As I said before, these writers, these actors, they all share this very particular ideological common belief set. And they love to consistently inject it into an entertainment media. And I will say this continually until the day I die. Politics and ideology should not be mixed into...
Hey, turn my volume down.
Like, seriously. I don't want to hear your politics in your video game. I don't want to hear your politics in a movie. I don't want to hear your politics, period. When I'm playing a game, when I'm driving, and I'm about to shoot up a club or something.
But Mortify, they're trying to help for the push for equality.
Last thing I want to hear is your ideology. I don't want to hear this propaganda or whatever bullshit you have dwelling in your head. Keep that to yourself.
Oh, I show up and everybody out now? All right, I see how it is.
You said he got to go.
Anyways, my thing is it's actually getting a lot worse, but the funny part is it's getting real funny. And not the good type of funny either. It's one of those funny things like, did you ever think when you started that shit it was going to turn out like this? So, yeah, that type of funny. Ironic? No, it's not really ironic. It's sort of like, you ever remember on 8 Mile when Cheddar Bob shot his foot? He was trying to do such a great thing. But it turned out he just was incapable of doing that. It was really fucking stupid.
Goes back to what I was saying before. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. The great person is capable of producing horrible things. A horrible person is capable of producing great things.
Also, no filter. You're sounding very healthy, man. Everything going good. Oh, I guess he wanted to make a sense. What is going on? Is there something I don't know about? He mutes himself. MU leaves. Bro, that fucking toxic. That was going on. And you got to echo Mortify. Well, I'm not going to continue to go into conversations. I'm the only one that speaks. I'll just make my exit. Peace.
What up, MU? Oh, hold on. What's it? Hold on, Mortify.
He vanished just as you had shown up. He just vanished.
Go ahead, Mortify. I was talking to somebody. I want to say something. I want to say something to SFM before he left, but damn.
Yeah. Staying free had vanished just as you had just unmuted your mic.
What is it? Is it? I don't see him nowhere on YouTube no more. I don't see him nowhere on YouTube no more. Cause I know he pops up from time to time.
Well, his channel is gone, but he still has the ability to do hangouts, I suppose.
That's weird though. Like if you delete your channel, well, I mean you can delete your content though. You can delete your content though.
What he did was he deleted the YouTube service, I think. And so now he's communicating.
What made him want to delete his content though?
No clue.
I can kind of understand where he's coming from though, because I remember he used to 8-hour streams and stuff like that, so I can kind of understand to like why he would do it though, like because it is kind of like when we start a YouTube channel, whether it's like for a couple of months, a couple of years, you've been doing it for so long, and then people just they do it, and it's like people just get burned out on it. Like in a way, like I'd say this because I was about to say all about address this with SFM. Like that 3 months, well, even though I got the copyright strike. That 3 month strike gave me time to actually do other things. So that's why I was telling him, man, like I'm in a good space now because in a way it gave me the good dope content because I'm starting doing mental content next week, and I've been like, I've been in a better place, and in a way I got to thank Trav too because Trav told me like, man, you got to take 3 months and use that 3 months as a chance to become a better person or just to find better content. And like now my content is better because you can kind of tell from the Dragon Ball podcast, even it's been a minute since I've done it, like I feel more better now with it because doing it every Saturday and then find new topics to come up with it, and just like, wow, okay, now I'm just gonna just let it do organically rather than force it, because a lot of people force it. Like, a lot of people. One thing I noticed about ever since I started my channel, I was like, ever since I started streaming back again, I'm like, I was kind of like rusty a little bit because I did do like a what you call it. I did do a stream early, and it was Dragon Ball. It was part of Dragon Ball podcast, and it's all over the place, and just deleted it. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it Sunday because MU said he'd be free Sunday, and then I was like, man, you know what? And I actually feel a lot better. I feel like better in a better place,
Thing is, you never actually needed to be off for 3 whole months. There's ways of circumventing things. You could have just had, say, a sock puppet account or an alt account. I know you have some. I've seen them.
I got a second one. I have a second one, so I have a second one just in case this one happens again. But I'm gonna be careful with this. I'm gonna be careful with that shit because that 3 month shit was like, god damn. It felt like a damn year though because it was like, and I didn't know. Like I didn't notice this. I didn't know
your account.
Yeah, huh?
That particular account.
Mm-hmm.
That older one with the streams in 2014, 2015. Keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
You do not want people to find out about you. Just have another dedicated account, like No Filter 2. I don't know what happened.
My other, I'm not even gonna mention the name, but the other, like, it does have my face on there, and I'm gonna delete those videos. I'm gonna delete all those videos, man. I'm gonna delete all of them. The videos that just hear my voice, I'm gonna keep, but the videos on there, I'm just gonna delete it all the way because it is just because like I agree 100%. Like that's why like I rarely use it. Like I use when I comment on Trav videos or what else somebody else's stream, I use No Filter because like that's the most common one people know me as. But like if I use my other ones, people figure out all they gotta do is click on those videos. But I was like, because when I started No Filter, I was like, well, I don't necessarily have to worry about it, but now I do have to worry about it because people eventually catch on to it though. What if I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
with you there.
Yeah. Yeah. I really have to be careful. But you gotta be careful nowadays with that doctor stuff, because they'll dox you though.
Yeah.
They'll dox you.
which is why you don't show your face, you don't put your information out there, and you take the necessary precautions to protect yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I tell you, but once they get a hold of you, it's a whole completely different story though. But I hate SFM love, man, because I want to talk to them. Because I know it's been a minute. Because I know I don't see them as much anymore. Because I don't see them on trap streams more. I don't see them on the trap streams no more though. So you gonna start on what is it so like I know because I know you show up on my streams, but like do you show up on other people's streams too? Besides me, huh?
No, no.
Yeah, I know it's very some channels. It's just some channels. I like with Trav channel. I'm cool. With Trav. I hate SFM don't stream no more because I think SFM is a very dope guy because he got some dope content. He's very insightful. Huh? Mm. What time is it? End the stream. Any closing thoughts before we end the stream?
Yeah. Generally, when it comes to these movies and these films, by judging quality, I go by a few things. Number one, how much are they going to corrupt this thing by adding in their own personal thoughts? And two, what is going to be the objective quality of this film compared to other films done by this studio before? If both answers are good, then chances are I'll bother seeing a movie and I may like it. I implore everybody else to have to have at least a bit of the same kind of principles when regarding seeing these movies. Because a lot of these movies are just garbage. And you end up wasting your money on that shit. Yeah. Never again will I waste my money on movies like Garbage League.
That's a perfect analogy for that movie, man. That's a Garbage League. That's the fun. I call it Bum League when I saw that shit. After this shit don't piss me the fuck off, man. Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Yeah.
That movie was so bad, I had the Michael Jordan crying face on. You know, Michael Jordan. When one of the employees asked me, hey, so do you like the movie? I said, nope. And the only thing I could think of was the Michael Jordan crying face. It was that bad.
Damn, man. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, man. I'm finna end the stream for the call today, man. Get some rest coming up. But it was fun talking to you, Modify.